Hi, I'm Tim. This is the second in a series of lessons to help you learn how to play the piano. In the last lesson, we talked about the white and black keys on the piano keyboard and how to play a few simple chords. In this lesson, you'll learn how to read some music and how it relates to the notes that we already know on the piano keyboard. And then at the end of the lesson, we'll play a famous classical piece. When you're first learning a song on the piano, it's helpful to have the notes written down so you can remember which ones to play and when to play them. When music is written down, it's called notation, and the most common type for piano is called traditional notation. Traditional notation is shown on a staff. The staff is simply a set of 5 lines used to separate notes. Notes are placed on the staff using these lines and the spaces between them. There are 2 staves commonly used to show notes from different ranges of the piano keyboard. One for the high notes, another for the low notes. For this lesson, we'll focus on the high notes played with the right hand. The symbol at the beginning of the staff is called the treble clef. It tells us that this is a treble staff, which contains the notes from the middle of the piano keyboard going up. The notes on the treble staff begin with the bottom line, starting on E. Then the space above that, which is F. The notes continue on up the scale. G, A, B, C, D, E. And then the top line is F again. An easy way to remember these notes is to think of the spaces from bottom to top, spelling F, A, C, E, or face. You can also think of the lines with the phrase, "Every good boy does fine," where the first letter of each word helps you remember E, G, B, D, and F. Learning to read music can take a bit of time, but just like any new language, the more time you spend practicing, the easier it becomes. The lines and spaces on the staff describe the white notes on the piano keyboard. It's always easy to find a note on the staff by counting up or down from a line or space that you know. Now let's see how the notes on the staff line up with the notes on the keyboard. Place your thumb on G, which is the first white key within the series of 3 black keys. Then put your other 4 fingers on the next 4 white keys. These 5 notes look like this, starting with G, and then alternating spaces and lines going up. G, A, B, C, D. If you can remember the piano keys for the 5 lines and 4 spaces on the treble staff, you've already come a long way in learning how to read music. We learned how to play a few chords in the last lesson. Now let's look at how these chords are shown on the staff. Chords are written with the notes stacked on top of each other, so you'll know you're supposed to play them at the same time. Let's start by looking at a G chord on the staff. Remember, this chord is a set of 3 notes played together like this. The notes sit on lines above each other for the G, B, and D that we're playing. An F chord will look a little different than the G chord because the 3 notes that make up the chord, F, A, and C, are all spaces. As you get more familiar with notes on the staff, you'll start to recognize the way different chords look, making it easier for you to read and play music.
Pawn E7 to E5.
Now let's use what we've learned about the notes on the treble staff to play a famous Beethoven piece called Ode to Joy. You can play the entire piece without ever lifting your hand, just by using the 5 notes under your fingers, with your thumb on G up to your 5th finger on D. Follow along with the notation as I play the song.
No, there was Adam. No, there was, where's the thing that was up here?
There's mathematics. The other ones, I don't know where they are. Yeah, I know.
This time, play along with me. Try to keep your hand in the same position with 1 finger on each note while you play. We'll take it slow. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No,
6 in 1.
Flat. Have you got any others that aren't flat? Harley's being good today, aren't you, Harley? Hey? You wouldn't sit still for your cat here, though.
If you need to slow the music down so you can play in time and hit all the right notes. You can play it faster later on. Just make sure to turn the speed back to full when you move on with the lesson. If you want to focus on just one part of the music, you can use the cycle button to select the area you want to practice, and the section will play over and over. Once you're comfortable playing this song on your own, you can play along with a string quartet by going to the Play Song section of the lesson. Have fun, and when you feel comfortable reading the notes on the treble staff, you can move on to Lesson 3 to learn more.
You can do mathematics.